It is busy in the NHL, and Wes Goldstein is a very busy man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Lauren Shehadi. Wes Goldstein, glad to be with you for NHL Power Rankings. Wes, usually this weekend is one that separates the contenders from the pretenders who will sell on Wednesday, but it's very unclear. It's very close still.
Absolutely. The races in both conferences are very tight, and I think a lot of teams were looking at the weekend and seeing if they can get a better idea of where they stand in relation to everybody else, and whether they should sell or buy. But a lot of teams that you would think are going to be sellers got hot over the weekend, St. Louis and Nashville among them. Teams that should be in the playoff race like Dallas and Minnesota are slumping, so it's pretty hard to tell where everybody stands just yet.
Yeah, it should be exciting. You mentioned St. Louis. John Davidson, their team president, was quoted as saying St. Louis is a city where we need to sell hockey, and they're doing a good job of it there, Wes.
Absolutely. They've done a really good job starting to rebuild that team. They've been adding a lot of young players, a lot of young draftees in the last couple of years, and they're building towards the future. This year they seem to have accelerated the process a little bit. They're getting very close to a playoff spot this year. They're still in the running with 6 weeks left. So the issue coming up to Wednesday is, should they sell some of their key assets, a veteran like Keith Tkachuk, or should they actually maybe buy in and make a run at the playoffs because they need to keep the fan base excited?
Yeah, sure. And making the playoffs is key to that. It gets everyone on board, gets everyone excited and talking about the team. Can they get there? What do they have to do to get there in your eyes?
Well, it's a tight race. They still have to climb over a couple of teams, and there's I think they have a game in hand on Anaheim, or a couple of games in hand on Anaheim, but they're climbing over teams at this point is not an easy thing. But they're winning games. They're 6-2-2 over the last 10. They're playing good hockey. As long as they stay healthy, I guess, and stay in the race and stay competitive, that's what it's going to take.
Okay, in the East, 5 through 10 separated by 6 points. How do you see this unfolding?
Well, it's interesting what's happening in the East, because a couple of weeks ago, two of the teams that are in the playoff bubble, the Rangers and the Canadiens, look like they're going to fall out real fast. The Canadiens have certainly turned their game around the last week. The Rangers look good over the weekend, but Pittsburgh is coming on very strong right now, and they're back in the race. They've won, I think, 5 of 7 games under their new coach. Evgeny Malkin's playing really well. So you have a lot of dynamics going on there, and I think this is going to go right down to the wire. Okay,
and let's take a look at your power rankings. San Jose still at number 1. Wes, what do they need to do to stay there?
Well, they're going to win their division. There's no question about it. They're too far ahead. The issue is, can they hold off Detroit for the Western Conference title? And I think that's really important, because Detroit and San Jose are the two powerhouses, the two elites of that conference, and both teams have played very well against each other in their own building. So whoever has home ice advantage that comes to first place, that's going to be critical, I think, at the end.
You know, Wes, we talked months ago about Martin Brodeur going out with an injury, and just how incredible he's playing right now. And you see the New Jersey Devils at the number 2 spot, and he's leading the way. 2 shutouts. It's just incredible play.
Yeah, he came back. He didn't miss a beat. And I'm just wondering how good he's going to be when he gets back into his groove. He has 2 shutouts in his first 3 games.
Isn't he in the groove?
Well, you have to think that. But, you know, it's really interesting that he comes back and he has 2 shutouts in 3 games, and he plays back-to-back games. So he is basically right back where he was when he left. It's like he hasn't missed any time at all. And he's about to break the all-time career win record. He's about to break, or at least tie the shutout record. It's amazing.
Okay, another team let's talk about the Washington Capitals. They're at the number 4 spot on your power rankings. A couple losses at home, which is kind of foreign for them. They're still on track to do great, right?
Absolutely. They're a really good team. I think the goaltending is still going to be an issue for them going forward, and it has been all season. But this is a team that's very explosive. I think the losses at home can be attributed to the fact they may have looked ahead to games beyond those games. They didn't play their best, and I think that's a team that has to focus every time. When they don't, they're a little vulnerable, but they're a really, really good team.
One game at a time. Got to focus on every single one. Thanks, Wes. Thank you for watching for everything NHL right here on the site. For Wes Goldstein, I'm Lauren Shehadi. See you soon.